Oke, selamat siang, Bapak-bapak, Ibu-ibu, adik-adik sekalian. Ya, saya Tanjung dari Cerdas Bangsa ya. Eh, Terima kasih sudah hadir di siang ini eh, bersama kami ya untuk sebuah acara pengenalan sekolah UIBE ya atau University of International Business and Economics. Terutama kita ingin fokus membahas tentang program foundation-nya atau apa namanya pre-university-nya ya, program uh, uh, preparation for university. Ya, karena sekarang ini di China itu ada suatu tahap lagi sebelum kita bisa masuk ke universitas, yaitu tahap ujian masuk negara. Ya, orang asing wajib ujian masuk negara sebelum bisa kuliah di universitas yang menjadi pilihan kita. Nah, bagaimana program foundation ini bisa membantu adik-adik untuk bisa mengikuti ujian uh, apa namanya penyaringan oleh negara ini ya. Oke, kita mulai. Jadi perkenalkan dulu kami dari Cerdas Bangsa College ya. Kami sudah berdiri sejak tahun 2000, dan dipimpin oleh kepala sekolah kami bernama Profesor Maharani PhD ya. Acara hari ini adalah pertama dari saya dulu ya, memperkenalkan siapa Cerdas Bangsa, kenapa mesti sekolah ke China, kenapa harus mengikuti program Foundation UIBE, lalu berbicara sedikit tentang National Exam Entrance Exam, yaitu ujian masuk ke perguruan tinggi yang diselenggarakan oleh pemerintah China. Lalu setelah itu presentasi kedua akan dibawakan oleh uh, Dr. Ivan Sarafanov ya, yaitu Direktur Degree Program, dan Tausu Shumeli, yaitu Direktur untuk Preparatory Program yang sedang mau kita bahas ini ya. Jadi kami berharap adik-adik, ya Bapak-Bapak, Ibu-Ibu bisa stay bersama kami sampai akhir. Lalu nanti di bagian akhir ada tanya jawab. Jadi nanti kalau ada pertanyaan boleh mengajukan tangan, ya ada tombol mengajukan tangan dan kami akan panggil sesuai urutan. Lalu Anda bisa menyampaikan apa namanya pertanyaannya, atau juga bisa ketik di chat, nanti kami akan bacakan ya. Kalau mau langsung tanya ke Dr. Ivan, bisa langsung dalam bahasa Mandarin, bahasa Inggris ya, bahasa Inggris. Oke, kita mulai. Bahasa Mandarin pun boleh. Dr. Ivan fasih sekali berbahasa Mandarin ya. Oke, thank you. Oke, jadi siapa Cerdas Bangsa? Cerdas Bangsa berdiri sejak 24 tahun yang lalu, tepatnya tahun 2000 ya. Kepala sekolah kami Maharani PhD atau biasanya disebut Chen Lause ya. Di Cerdas Bangsa kami punya kegiatan antara lain study ke China, kelas-kelas Mandarin, ada company training, ada international institutional training, ada offshore campus ya. Lalu ada bimbingan HSK dan ada bimbingan persiapan kuliah. Untuk offshore campus, kami adalah perwakilan dari kampus asing, kampus di Tiongkok yang programnya diselenggarakan di Indonesia, yaitu offshore campus untuk Asia University. Di dalamnya kami ada program sarjana dan program master, sudah menampilkan antara 7 angkatan dan 5 angkatan. Lalu kami adalah offshore campus untuk Capital Normal University untuk program 1+3, 1 tahun di offshore kampusnya yaitu di Cerdas Bangsa, dan 3 tahunnya di kampus pusatnya yaitu di Beijing. Ya, kami sudah menambahkan 19 angkatan. Lalu kita juga offshore kampus untuk University of International Business Economics yang hari ini kita mau bahas. Program yang dijalankan di tempat kami adalah program foundation atau pre-university atau preparatory program ya. Saat ini kami sudah membantu murid-murid untuk berangkat sekolah ke Tiongkok, itu kira-kira ada 3.800 orang. Lalu untuk kita membantu sekitar 700 murid untuk bisa lulus ujian HSK sesuai dengan target mereka. Ya, mari kita lanjut. Oke, jadi kenapa kita harus sekolah ke China ya? Apakah sekarang waktu yang tepat untuk sekolah ke China? Ya, kalau menurut kami sekarang adalah waktu yang terbaik untuk sekolah ke China karena ada beberapa faktor ya. Faktor pertama adalah kualitas pendidikan China yang setiap tahun terus meningkat. Itu bisa dicek kita di peringkat-peringkat universitas dunia. China punya ranking selalu naik terus ya. Lalu karena China sekarang adalah negara yang nomor 2 dan sedang menuju ke nomor 1 ya. Jadi banyak sekali peluang bisnis, apakah peluang bekerja dengan perusahaan Cungko atau kita melakukan kegiatan ekspor impor, anything, a lot of things, banyak hal yang kita bisa kerjasamakan dengan China ya. Jadi kita bisa berkarir ataupun berbisnis dengan pihak China. Lalu China adalah negara dengan mahasiswa asing banyak sekali di sana dan juga mahasiswa lokal, sehingga kita bisa membangun networking yang seluas-luasnya. Networking ini tentunya akan menjadi nilai yang tak terhingga pada saat kita sudah mulai terjun ke dunia kerja atau dunia bisnis ya. Networking sangat penting. Lalu karena di sana kita bergaul dengan mahasiswa dari mancanegara, lalu juga dengan mahasiswa lokal, kita punya wawasan akan menjadi lebih internasional ya. Lalu biaya kuliah di China masih murah ya, biaya hidup juga masih murah. Jadi apa namanya tidak semahal di negara-negara barat ya, yang uang sekolahnya setiap tahun mungkin sampai semiliar lebih ya per tahun. Lalu karena di sana kita sekolah untuk jangka waktu yang lama, tentu kita juga belajar budaya dan bahasanya ya. Jadi budaya dan bahasa itu adalah sangat penting untuk networking, untuk interpersonal relationship ya, untuk hubungan pribadi ya. Karena kita berbicara dengan orang tentu dengan bahasa, dan bahasa itu di dalamnya juga mengandung budaya ya, membuat kita lebih dekat secara emosional. Jadi sangat penting budaya itu dalam pergaulan. Lalu di sana kita belajar hidup mandiri. Karena kita hidup mandiri, kita atur waktu sendiri, kita atur keuangan sendiri, kita atur belajar sendiri, atur makan sendiri, segala macam, sehingga menimbulkan kita rasa lebih percaya diri, ya, lebih percaya diri karena kita harus serba sendiri. Kita udah belajar survive by ourselves, ya, untuk bisa hidup mengandalkan diri kita sendiri. Di sana tuh tidak ada lagi orang tua atau koko atau siapa gitu yang membantu, semuanya serba sendiri. Nah, ini melatih kita menjadi lebih mandiri, lebih percaya diri. Lalu yang terakhir, China adalah negara yang amat sangat aman. Tidak usah takut ada kejahatan apapun ya. Jauh lebih aman dari banyak negara barat. Jadi kita sekolah di sana, anak kita sekolah di sana, kita pun lebih tenang ya. Oke, saya memperkenalkan sedikit dengan UIBE. UIBE didirikan tahun 1951 ya. Saat ini memiliki 16.000 mahasiswa full time dan kurang lebih 33.000 mahasiswa asing dan datang dari 160 negara. Itu yang saya bilang, kita bisa bergaul dengan banyak orang, menambah wawasan internasional kita karena banyak sekali mahasiswa asing di sana. Dan universitas ini merupakan universitas terpilih ya, dipilih masuk ke suatu daftar yang disusun oleh pemerintah, yaitu universitas-universitas unggulan yang nama daftarnya adalah Project 211 ya. Namanya agak aneh, Project 211, tapi bukan proyek yang bangunan gedung gitu ya. Namanya Proyek 211. Jadi ini adalah universitas yang sudah ditentukan, dipilih oleh pemerintah di dalam daftar itu sebagai universitas unggulan. Lalu terakhir-terakhir ini Universitas UIBE juga terpilih menjadi universitas sebagai Double First Class University. Ya, kalau adik-adik pengen tahu apa sih maksudnya Double First University dan apa sih maksudnya Project 211, nanti bisa di googling ya. Terus di dalam tim akademis, posisi akademisnya di sana itu banyak orang top ya, bisa dibaca di sini ya, Marcus Pence ya, Stephen Perry dan macam-macam ya. Di sini semua adalah orang-orang top dunia yang punya posisi akademis di Universitas UIBE. UIBE juga sudah bekerja sama dengan lebih dari 160 universitas dan internasional organisasi di mancanegara. Ya, hal ini memungkinkan terjadinya pertukaran pelajar dan lain-lain. Tahun lalu Universitas UIBE menduduki peringkat kedua sebagai sekolah yang universitas yang lulusannya paling cepat terserap ke dunia kerja ya. Jadi employment rate-nya dari universitas ini adalah ranking 2. Jadi kuliah di UIBE apa keuntungannya gitu ya. Tentu kita setelah lulus ya fasih berbahasa Mandarin dan budaya ya. UIBE adalah salah satu universitas untuk bisnis yang terbaik ya. Lalu di sana kita berkesempatan membangun jaringan kerja yang luas, karena di sana banyak sekali mahasiswa asing dan mahasiswa lokal. Kita bisa bergaul dengan siapa aja, asalkan kita jangan malu-malu gitu ya. Lalu di sana tentu kita belajar budaya, nilai-nilai lokal sana, kebiasaan, kearifan lokal, ya dan seterusnya. Ini semua akan membuat kalian lebih mudah nanti untuk bergaul ya, karena kamu menguasai soft power, soft skill dari kehidupan kalian di China ya. Lalu ya tentunya kita tahu ya di China itu adalah pabriknya dunia ya. Jadi peluang bisnis tentu terbuka lebar, kita mau bisnis atau karir ya. Perusahaan China itu banyak sekali yang sekarang sudah masuk ke dalam Fortune 500, perusahaan-perusahaan top dunia. Jadi ya perusahaan mereka juga sudah selevel dengan multi corporation ya, negara-negara barat. Jadi mereka sudah berekspansi kemana-mana, kalian bisa berkarir di sana juga. Lalu bagaimana caranya supaya kita bisa masuk ke UIBE dengan cara yang mudah dan lebih siap untuk berkuliah ya. Jadi jalan mudah dan murah kuliah di UIBE. Nah, tadi kita sebut National Entrance Exam itu akan diadakan oleh pemerintah, sudah ada sejak September 2023 untuk menyaring mahasiswa asing yang mau kuliah di China. Kuliah di China di universitas apa aja perlu ikut National Entrance Exam ya. Nah, jadi kita harus bisa lolos. Jadi kalau misalnya kita jadi tadi poin 2 dulu ya, mahasiswa asing wajib dan lulus ujian NEE. Nah, jadi kalau misalnya kita hanya datang ke kuliah, apply hanya berdasarkan kita punya HSK, HSK 4, HSK 5 gitu ya. Apakah kita bisa lolos di ujian negaranya enggak? Ya kan, ujian negara itu di dalamnya ada matematika. Jadi apakah kita bisa mengerjakan soal matematika dalam Mandarin? Ya, akan agak sulit. Lalu juga di kuliah itu nanti ada pelajaran-pelajaran ekonomi, matematika, semua dalam Mandarin. Tapi kita hanya datang dengan HSK saja, apakah cukup gitu ya? Jadi foundation ini membantu sekali dalam dua front, dua tempat, yaitu pertama agar kita bisa lolos di ujian negara, kedua agar kita siap untuk kuliah di universitasnya, di UIBE ya. Nah, ditambah lagi mahasiswa Foundation UIBE Cerdas Bangsa dapat memakai nilai foundationnya untuk masuk kuliah di UIBE. Jadi dipermudah gitu ya, dipermudah. Lalu program foundation ini juga yang seperti saya bilang tadi membantu kita agar lebih siap, basic-basic kita agar lebih siap untuk mengikuti kuliah di UIBE ya. Karena pelajaran-pelajarannya adalah seperti ini ya. Mata pelajaran foundation adalah seperti ini. Ada General Chinese yang kita sebut HSK, itu General Chinese. Lalu Chinese for academic purpose, yaitu bahasa-bahasa spesifik untuk suatu kuliah, suatu jurusan. Jurusan ekonomi berarti bahasa-bahasa spesifik untuk ekonomi. Kalau kita kuliah sains ya bahasa-bahasa sains gitu ya. Terus matematika juga diajarkan dalam Chinese, dalam program foundation ini. Lalu ada pelajaran business study and economics also in Chinese. Ya, jadi dan juga ada Inggris. Nah, jadi ini akan membantu kita lebih siap nanti pada saat kita mau kuliah, kita mau baca textbook semua dalam Mandarin, kita lebih siap dibandingkan dengan hanya mengandalkan HSK yang cuma bahasa umum, General Chinese, bahasa Mandarin umum ya, belum bahasa Mandarin spesifik untuk kuliah gitu. Jadi persiapan kita akan lebih solid, kita akan lebih mudah mengikuti kuliah. Lalu berapa sih program biaya foundation, lalu biaya kuliah di UIBE berapa gitu ya? Foundationnya sendiri 1 tahun ada 21.000 renminbi ya, lalu ada biaya textbook 1.000 renminbi. Kalau kita totalkan tidak sampai 50 juta ya, tidak sampai 50 juta untuk tahun pertama. Lalu setelah itu kita masuk ke UIBE untuk kuliah. Ini adalah masa kuliah, biaya kuliah selama 4 tahun. Total biaya adalah 4 tahun kuliah dengan asumsi kita tidak dapat beasiswa ya. Beasiswanya kita belum masukkan, kita tidak memasukkan beasiswa, belum ada pemotongan biaya beasiswa, itu kurang lebih 600-an juta. Di total sama foundationnya berarti sekitar 670 juta ya. 670 juta atau kalau kita rata-ratakan dibagi 5 tahun berarti 132 juta per tahun. 132 juta per tahun untuk foundation dan kuliah. Ya, ini semua sudah masuk, uang sekolah, uang tempat tinggal, uang makan, surat-surat perizinan, ya, tiket pesawat pun sudah kita masukkan di sini, tiket pergi ke China pulang pergi 4 kali, ya, tiket pulang pesawat pulang pergi 4 kali, sudah all in semua di dalam sini 132 juta. Yang belum termasuk barangkali hanya uang jajan ya, kalau adik-adik nggak makan di kantin, kantin kan udah dijatakan tuh, uang makan sudah ada. Di sini sudah ada uang makan 3 kali sehari ya selama 4 tahun, 10 bulan per tahun kita sudah jatakan ada 60.000 renminbi untuk 3 kali makan. Tapi kalau misalnya adik-adik nggak makan di kantin sekolah, maunya makan di mall, makan di restoran, ya tentu biayanya harus ditambah ya. Uang tambah ini yang kita sebut sebagai uang jajan yang belum masuk. Atau adik-adik perlu beli baju, apa namanya, beli bahan-bahan makeup gitu ya. Nah itu yang belum termasuk ya. Yang basic-basic sudah ada di sini yaitu 132 juta. Jadi apa namanya, struktur dari UIBE, program foundation UIBE adalah sebagai berikut ya. Uang sekolah 21.000 untuk yang 1 tahun atau 2 semester, atau kalau adik-adik sudah punya foundation yang punya HSK yang lebih tinggi, misalnya HSK 3, boleh mengikuti hanya 1 semester ya. Biaya foundationnya lebih murah, jadi 11.000 1 semester, lebih murah ya. Tapi kalau misalnya adik-adik punya nilai HSK-nya di bawah 3, terpaksa harus ikut yang 1 tahun. Ya, kalau yang sudah HSK 3, boleh mengikuti yang setengah tahun, 1 semester saja. Tadi biaya ini yang kita taruh adalah biaya yang 1 tahun ya. Kalau misalnya adik-adik sudah punya kemampuan HSK 3, hanya biayanya jadi hanya separuhnya saja dari angka ini ya. Lalu jam pelajaran, bagi yang belajar 1 tahun, jam pelajaran adalah 1.080 jam, yaitu 10 bulan, atau yang setengah tahun, yang belajar 1 semester, yaitu 540 jam. Ya, jadi kalau kita hitung pukul rata dibagikan, itu biaya per jamnya hanya 43.000. Itu ya seperti uang kursus Mandarin saja di sini kan, tidak lebih mahal, malah lebih murah mungkin ya. Jadi program ini worth it banget gitu. Lalu kualitas foundationnya juga sangat bagus. Kurikulumnya disusun langsung dari UIBE. Soal ujiannya juga dari UIBE. Jadi sama persis seperti yang diselenggarakan di UIBE. Kami juga mengajarkan, adik-adik akan diajarkan oleh guru native, ya, native speaker dan guru lokal dengan kualifikasi tinggi. Guru kami ada yang S2, ada yang S3. Ya. Lalu mata pelajaran apa yang diajarkan selama foundation? Diajarkan bahasa math in Chinese, math dalam bahasa Chinese ya, Chinese math. Lalu belajar Inggris, lalu saya dapat Chinese for academic purpose, bahasa spesifik buat bisnis. Lalu ada business study and economics. Lalu untuk specifically untuk bahasanya kita ada bahasa Chinese comprehension, reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Ya. Lalu kita juga ada kelas-kelas mengikuti kelas-kelas HSK agar kalian bisa mencapai tingkat HSK yang lebih tinggi ya. Lalu murid-murid dari Foundation UIBE ini berpeluang lebih besar untuk mendapatkan beasiswa UIBE saat kuliah 4 tahun tadi nanti ya. 4 tahun kuliah itu akan peluangnya lebih besar mendapatkan beasiswa. Lalu kelas kami semua sifatnya adalah kelas hybrid, artinya kelas campuran, mau online boleh, mau offline boleh. Jadi Anda mau datang ke kantor kami, ke kelas kami boleh, atau mau belajar online, kebetulan mungkin hari itu lagi berhalangan datang, mau belajar online juga boleh, no problem ya. Nah, atau bisa juga diikuti dari kota lain. Jadi misalnya adik-adik ada di Medan, ada di Pontianak, ya, di Surabaya, boleh aja mengikuti kelas kami secara online, full time online, 100% online, no problem. Ya, karena kelas kami adalah hybrid, mau datang boleh, mau belajar dari jarak jauh boleh. Atau mungkin Anda lagi pergi liburan, tinggal bawa laptop aja, bawa HP, asal ada jaringan internet sudah bisa belajar. Ya. Terus yang terakhir, struktur dari program ini adalah hemat waktu, karena program ini bisa disambikan dijalankan berbarengan dengan selagi Anda di SMA. Jadi Anda masih SMA, terus sambil belajar di SMA-nya, sambil ambil program ini bisa ya. Jadi tidak perlu habis tamat SMA, lalu menghabiskan waktu lagi 1 tahun atau setengah tahun belajar foundation dulu, baru ke China gitu. Jadi bisa ditempelin, bisa nyambi gitu ya, bisa nyambi dengan kita punya SMA. Jadi hemat waktu. Begitu kalian tamat SMA, kalian sudah ready untuk kuliah. Tidak perlu lagi habis waktu setengah tahun atau 1 tahun tambahan hanya untuk mengambil foundation. Jadi keuntungan program ini di sini ya. Oke, ini semua introduction dari saya ya. Nanti spesifiknya akan disampaikan oleh Dr. Ivan dan Lau Xiu ya. Ini nomor kontak kami kalau adik-adik, bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu ada yang kurang jelas dan ingin menghubungi kami untuk lebih jelas, bisa dicatat nomor di bawah ini. Ya, terima kasih. Kita lanjut ke topik berikutnya ya. Pak Yoko, silakan.
Oke, ya. Em, kita langsung melanjutkan ke presentasi yang selanjutnya ya. And I would like to welcome uh, Lausa Ifat.
Okay, thank you so much.
Ya,
Let me open the presentation first. Okay, here we go.
oke.
All right, thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Ivan Sarafanov, and I'm working as assistant professor and the director of international admissions for Chinese Taught Programs department at the UIB School of International Education. So, on behalf of the president of UIB, deans of faculties, teachers, and the student community, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all here today to the UIB. Our university was founded in 1951, and UIB has grown into a multidisciplinary key national university known for its excellence in such fields as economics, management, law science, and the humanities. As a university co-sponsored by the China's Ministry of Education and Ministry of Commerce, UIB stands as a symbol of China's commitment to fostering global academic and professional talents. With offering at the bachelor's, master's, and PhD levels, we proudly provide programs taught not only in Chinese but also in English language, reflecting our dedication to internationalization trends. Our School of International Business, for example, is renowned, holding prestigious accreditations from AACSB, IQUIS, CAMEA, and IMBA, which are among the highest standards in business education worldwide. And as far as we know, our School of International Business is only one school which is holding all of these four accreditations here in China. This level of recognition underscores our commitment to producing globally competitive graduates who are well prepared for careers in an increasingly interconnected world. So at UIB, we strive to embody our motto, erudite, honest, and pursuing excellence. The Chinese version of this motto you can see at the top right corner of our screen. And this commitment to excellence is evident in our top ranking among China's multidisciplinary universities and our continuous efforts to innovate and lead in academic and professional development fields. So, as a leading institution in China, UIB has played a pivotal role in shaping the talent behind China's reforms of opening up policy. In the 1990s, UIB graduates made up half of the employees in the Ministry of Commerce of China, including staffing 196 global business offices, a remarkable achievement that speaks to the strong foundation and high-level skills our programs provide. Also, in 1996, UIB was honored to become one of the first universities selected for China's Ambition Double 11 project. This initiative aimed at transforming around 100 plus minus Chinese universities into world-class institutions, which marked a significant milestone for UIB and affirmed its standing among China's top academic centers and institutions. UIB's academic strength shines in the fields such as international economics and trade, international economic law, international finance, business administration, government management, e-commerce, online financial services, and business foreign languages. These programs make UIB an important base for training global economic and trade talent and conducting impactful research in these fields. Our graduates continue to make significant contributions domestically and globally, and we are proud to provide them with the knowledge and tools to excel on the world stage. So as you can see from this slide, university has a huge variety, impressive array of more than 150 research centers dedicated to conducting diverse research endeavors. Among most representative research centers, we have Center for Digital Economy, Center for WTO Research, Center for Institute of Regional and International Studies Research, Institute for Global Value Chains, Academy of China Open Economy Studies, and many, many others. University hosts numerous other research centers covering a wide spectrum of disciplines, contributing significantly to academic advancement and practical applications across various domains. Of course, at the same time, UIB is dedicated to fostering a global academic environment through open collaboration and active Sino-foreign exchanges. As a leader in international education within China, we attract a significant number of students from around the world, reflecting our commitment to cultivating a truly international community. Our university from time to time is being called a small United Nations organization within China because we have students coming from more than 165 countries all over the world. We have also having a great honor to have distinguished scholars and global leaders among our faculty, including Nobel laureate in economics Michael Spence, China Reform's Friendship Medal recipient Stephen Perry, and Andreas Lascher, an academician of the German National Academy of Engineering. Their contribution enrich our academic landscape, offering students the opportunity to learn from some of the brightest minds in their fields. And if you will become the part of our big family, the part of our university community, you will have a chance not only to talk to these brilliant people, but also learn from them. In addition, UIB has established more than 10 Confucius Institutes around Asia, Europe, Africa, America, and Oceania, which play a vital role in fostering cross-cultural understanding and cooperation. Through these institutes and our strong international presence, UIB is committed to build bridges between China and the world to enhance academic exchange, friendship, and mutual recognition of the education. So take a look at some of our current numbers just to have a better understanding about what our university is. First of all, we have 16,000 full-time scholar students, more than 2,200 out of which is international students coming from 165 countries all over the world. We are ranking number 99 in Asian university ranking in 2023. We are holding third position among Chinese economic and finance universities. Employment rate of our graduates have reached almost 96.1% in 2022. More than the quarter of our graduates, 28.2%, entered the world's top 500 enterprises. The school has 30 teaching and research units in more than 140 research centers, and our cooperative and exchange relationships with more than 300 famous universities and institutions in 56 countries and regions also shows a solid trend towards the globalization and internationalization of our education system. So now let me briefly introduce you with our international programs and put emphasis on our preparatory program, so-called UIBE preparatory program. Our university, approved by the Ministry of Education in 2015, trains Chinese government scholarship preparatory students and serve as the secretariat of the Preparatory Education Steering Committee, contributing to the national research organizations and coordinating efforts. 3 years of experience and continuous innovation, we have developed a preparatory education model characterized by a very strong focus on economic and trade, balancing quality and efficiency. Our preparatory education features integrated management of teaching, academic affairs, and accommodation, emphasizing the cultivation of students' comprehensive learning abilities and fostering a deep understanding, friendship, and love for China. So since 2018, we have also been receiving preparatory students in science and engineering. So we are not only concentrating on fields of economic and management, but right now from 2018, we are also doing our best to prepare outstanding students in fields of science and engineering. So this means right now our university is implementing a dual track training model for students in economic, trade, and STEAM fields. In recent years, our preparatory students have consistently ranked among the top in graduation exams, securing the first position for 5 consecutive years. I think that this kind of phenomena is really outstanding compared to other universities and centers around China and even in other countries. Being leader, being number one in terms of preparatory education among Chinese universities is pretty a significant contribution, which we are really proud of. And as of the fall semester of 2024, this year, we have trained over 1,400 Chinese government scholarship preparatory students. And pay attention, this value, 1,400, is only those students who have received CSC Chinese government scholarship. But besides them, we also have a huge amount of students who are coming here as a self-sponsored student, or those kind of students who are having a cooperation with our university. So you can imagine this number is way above 1,400 students. So from this perspective, our university has a very rich experience in preparing students for the first academic year as the bachelor student at the university, depending on the major they choose. So we have very rich experience. We are well prepared in this field, and we have already received a lot of contribution and recognition in China. A one-year intensive teaching model features small classes and accelerated learning. General Chinese instruction combines comprehensive language training with practice sessions supplemented by listening, speaking, character writing, and vocabulary courses alongside skill-specific training. So in other words, our program designed in such a way that it's not only covering the language-specific lessons, but also covers lessons which are related to your future field of research or education. For example, if you're going to do the degree in economics, you're definitely going to learn mathematics and economics as well. But if your field of research in future is going to be STEAM major, then definitely more emphasis is going to be placed on the science, on the mathematics, on physics, chemistry, or other disciplines. So at our university, the program includes 34 plus weekly class hours, evening self-study, and makeup sessions. Regular assessments conducted on the weekly, monthly, and periodic track basis in order to track student progress. Cultural immersion and exchange activities also help students to adapt to Chinese culture, improve intercultural communication, and prepare for undergraduate study. So from this perspective, we can truly say that you are not only learning Chinese, you are also delving deeper into such issues as the Chinese culture, as the Chinese development processes, and the communication with the local people. So after 1 year of this comprehensive preparation program, you will be able to become the part not of only university society, but the part of this country. So currently there are 45 preparatory course instructors and 4 full-time office counselors, forming a teaching and management team with a solid professional foundations, extensive teaching experience, strong academic backgrounds, and high intercultural competences. On the right-hand side of this picture, you can see the head of our department of the preparatory courses, Mrs. Xumei Li. In case if you're going to have any case-specific questions, she will be ready to answer any of them today. And below her picture, you can see our outstanding team of teachers who are teaching our international students for the preparatory program courses. So the faculty is divided into 2 groups to meet the needs of preparatory education at the university's dual track. Focus on economics and trade, science, and engineering. One group includes general Chinese instructors specializing in basic language teaching and intensive training. The other consists of interdisciplinary instructors with expertise in international Chinese education and fields like economics, trade, science, and humanities. So this specific way of preparing our preparatory students by dividing into 2 tracks system is very beneficial because we have extremely qualified, talented, and very well-trained specialists who are teaching you Chinese. And on the other hand, we have extremely talented and educated people who are teaching you either STEAM or economic and trade relevant lessons. So our preparatory education emphasizes comprehensive planning and detailed management, adopting a 3-tier system involving class advisors, office staff, and the preparatory education director. This system oversees and supports students in areas such as attendance, behavior, examinations, and activities. Students' management groups and records are maintained to ensure prompt issue detection, effective guidance, and timely correction. Additionally, we work closely with embassies in China to strengthen students' management. So from this perspective, we can say that even though this is one department in the School of International Education, but this department also doing a great contribution to the internationalization and enhanced process of the relationship with other countries around the world. And among all of these organizations and countries, one of the most remarkable achievements we have made already is the cooperation program with an Indonesian Bangsa College, because we have a very long history of cooperation, and preparatory program is one of the most advanced cooperation model we have right now with Bangsa College as well. So in a nutshell, if we're speaking about the preparatory programs here at UIBE, let's answer a very simple question. What makes our program so unique and different compared to other universities or even other countries' preparatory programs for studying in China? Well, the first and one of the most remarkable things I would say is that we have designed a highly targeted curriculum and developed preparatory textbooks that reflect our university's distinctive professional features, highlighting the specialization and diversity of preparatory education content. In other words, our university have prepared, designed, and published our own books and education materials for students, which again makes a significant difference compared to other universities. We're not only teaching this content, right, which is highly recognized by other universities and organizations, but we're also doing a research on how to enhance skills, abilities of the preparatory program students. This is the first characteristics. And the second characteristic is that besides teaching Chinese language, we also focus on expanding students' professional knowledge and skills with an appropriate increase in the study of humanities. So we are not only concentrating on giving you a sufficient amount of Chinese language skills, but also paying a great emphasis on the such issue as the education and preparation for your degree studies. If you're studying STEAMs, you're going to have more STEAM classes. If you're going to choose economics or trade or management major, then you're definitely going to have more lessons dedicated to these issues. The third is that we're strengthening the connection between preparatory education and undergraduate education, ensuring a seamless transition. And here I would like to stop for a second and explain what does it mean seamless transition between the preparatory and undergraduate education. If you would compare our program with any other preparatory courses around China or in other countries, you will see that they are putting 80 to 90% of their attention only to the Chinese language. So after learning this Chinese language for 1 or 2 years, then after graduating and going to the Chinese university for undergraduate program, you're definitely going to lack some knowledges in mathematics or in other relevant majors or in other relevant disciplines. But in our university, as far as we have this clear division, a half of lessons dedicated to the Chinese learning, the half of lessons dedicated to your future major preparations, then this transition is going to definitely become more smooth and seamless for a student. There won't be as much stress as, for example, for those students who are just learning Chinese for 1 or 2 years consecutively, and then after graduation starting to do their degree or major studies. So from this perspective, this seamless transition is guaranteed by our university. Also, another important thing which I would like to highlight is that we prioritize social practice and public outreach activities for preparatory students. Our students have been featured in mainstream media here in China multiple times for their outstanding contributions to practice activities and promoting cross-cultural exchanges. What is important in terms of our preparatory programs is that you shouldn't learn only knowledge within the classroom where you're doing these lessons. You also have to go beyond the classroom and beyond the campus of the university in order to learn and understand more about how China lives right now. What are the main social characteristics of this country? How to find more friends around China, right, when you are learning here and studying. So we are prioritizing that your education is not only coming within the classroom, but also without the classroom and without the campus. So we are arranging a range of activities for our students to visit our cities, to visit other cities in China, or to visit some of the most famous enterprises, some of the most famous government organizations here in China. So we are providing a huge variety of opportunities for our preparatory courses program. The next one is that our students have excelled in prestigious competitions, including the Understanding China, My Beautiful Encounter with China video contest, the Beijing calligraphy contest, and the 100 Reasons to Fall in Love with Beijing video contest, earning multiple awards and recognitions. So besides learning within and without the classroom, all of these basic knowledges in your major, as well as the Chinese language, we're also recommending our students to participate to these activities. Why? Because all of those knowledge without the practice are going to be divided by zero in the end, right? If you're not using this knowledge, if you're not using Chinese language, if you're not communicating or not attending these kind of events, then definitely your language is not going to be as strong as without these activities. So we are highly recommending students to participate, and our students really year by year achieving very, very high results in these contests and events. And the last but not least is that through the academic journey, students develop a love for an understanding of and friendship with China, aiming to become outstanding talents in their respective fields after graduation. Their efforts received coverage from major media outlets such as CCTV, 学习强国 and People's Daily Overseas Edition, enhancing the university's reputation and visibility. So after less than 1 year of time studying here at UIBE as preparatory students, you definitely have a chance not only to learn Chinese language, but also to be noticed. Who knows, maybe during this year, if you're going to participate in these events, this contest, then you're going to be noticed by some companies, by some organizations, which will offer you some practice or will offer you maybe a work in future. So you have a huge variety of choices while studying and after the graduation. So now let me briefly introduce you to our bachelor program. What kind of majors do we have? What kind of majors you as our future student can choose to learn here in China? At UIB, our undergraduate programs are thoughtfully designed to provide a comprehensive foundation across key fields. We offer bachelor's degree in economic management, law, and liberal arts, ensuring that all our students gain both specialized knowledge and a broad perspective that will prepare them for meaningful contributions in their chosen careers. These programs emphasize such important things as analytical skills, critical thinking, and a deep understanding of global and local economic landscapes, enabling our graduates to excel in various professional fields. So as you can see on the screen, we have 4 branches of these majors: economic sciences, management science, law science, and liberal arts and languages. Also, you may consider do your master's degree after bachelor's degree graduation at our university. Master's degree emphasizes in-depth study, research skills, and practical application, equipping graduates with the tools and knowledge they need to navigate complex global challenges and make a lasting impact in their careers. So once again, all of these 4 directions of sciences are included in our university. And also almost all of these majors simultaneously being provided to our international students in Chinese language of education as well as in English language of education. And also, in case if after a couple of years you would like to become a scientist, you would like to make a kind of scientific contribution in future, then you can also consider doing a PhD degree in our university. We have 3 main directions: economic science, law science, and management science, which we are ready to offer to our outstanding international students. So now let me also explain the most recent changes happening in China in terms of the entrance examinations of foreign students and what kind of reforms are expected in this field in future. So starting from this year, from 2024, the Ministry of Education of China started to implement the entrance examination for international undergraduate students. For the next 2 to 3 years, this examination will operate on the so-called trial phase, with results serving simply for reference. After this trial period, it will become a mandatory requirement. So this year, we have already started doing this procedure for all of our undergraduate students applicants. We are requiring them to participate in this exam. Of course, their final results we're using just for reference. We're still mainly looking at their high school GPA, as well as looking at their interview, or in case if this is Cerdas Bangsa College students, we are considering, first of all, make the students admitted to undergraduate programs based on their results of their preparatory courses graduation exams. But still, this examination right now is must-have. But for upcoming 2 to 3 years, it's going to be in the trial mode, in the trial phase. So the results obtained during these examinations are going to be working simply for reference. So after 2 or 3 years, we're expecting that this exam is going to become like 100% compulsory requirement for all of the international students who applies to study in China. And by that time, besides your regular graduation exam from the preparatory courses, we will also require you to participate into entrance examination for international undergraduate students. But I should emphasize one more time that right now, from 2024, possibly until 2026, this exam is going to work just for reference to see your actual knowledge in such fields as the Chinese language or mathematics, in case if you're applying for the major in economic science or management science at our university. You will be required to do 2 exams, Chinese language and mathematics. If you're applying, for instance, for English major at our university, then you're going to be required to take only 1 exam, which is mathematics. So during this transition phase, students enrolled in preparatory courses at UIBE Cerdas Bangsa College will be admitted based on your preparatory courses graduation exams. And this stage, the national entrance examination, will be serving simply for reference. The first thing we're going to take into consideration is your graduation exam scores from the preparatory courses from UIB Cerdas Bangsa College. At least for this period of time, from this year until 2026, we can use these results as the main reference to make a decision whether we are ready to accept you as our undergraduate student or not. So that's the most, I would say, remarkable part which is changing right now, because previously China didn't have entrance examination for international undergraduate students. We were admitting students simply based on the results of the interview, online interview, and also your GPA scores from the high school. From this year, situation is about to change. And these changes are going to enter into full scale after 2 to 3 years. So we're expecting that this is going to become must-have compulsory examination by the 2026. And now let me briefly introduce you with some of the scholarship programs available for international students here in China. So in order to strengthen mutual recognition and friendship between the Chinese people and people from the rest of the world, and to enhance cooperation and exchanges between China and other countries, Chinese government has set up a series of scholarship schemes to sponsor international students and scholars to undertake studies and research in Chinese institutions of higher education. So even if you're from a sound background, you have a good chance of earning a scholarship if you're good at what you do. In fact, People's Republic of China is one of the most generous countries providing scholarships to foreign students. And by the end of 2023, there were over 51,000 international students in China with scholarships. As far as I remember, in 2021, this value was equal to 50,000 international students. So compared to the 2021, after 2 years, there is a significant increase by 1,000 extra students who are having China's international student scholarship right now. So 51,000 is pretty significant amount of students who are having the fully funded education scholarship here in China. So in our university at UIBE, you will be able to obtain the following scholarships, such as Beijing Municipal Government Scholarship, International Chinese Language Teacher Scholarship, one of the most desired scholarship among international students, CSC Chinese Government Scholarship, UIB Reward for each term, and more specific China Development Bank and MOFCOM scholarships. So let me first of all introduce you a Beijing Municipal Government Scholarship. This scholarship is specifically designed for the self-sponsored students, and applicants should submit their application to the University of International Business Economics between November 1st and 15th each year. So after you've been officially enrolled to the undergraduate, master's or PhD program at our university, and you have already paid your tuition fees to the university, you have this right to apply for this scholarship. This scholarship is more like a prize to our outstanding students. If you're an outstanding undergraduate student, then you have a chance to receive either full scholarship equals to 20,000 yuan per year, or a half scholarship, 10,000 yuan per year. If you're a master's degree student, then this value equals to 30,000 if it is a full scholarship. If it is a partial scholarship, 15,000. Doctoral programs, including 40,000 renminbi or 20,000 renminbi if this is a partial scholarships. So once again, for this scholarship, you have to be already admitted, be a self-sponsored student. You should have already paid the tuition fees to the university, and then between November 1st and 15th, you can send us your application documents for this scholarship. We will review them, and by the end of the academic term, we will make a decision whether you deserve to receive this prize from the university or not. So for more information about this scholarship, for the most recent updates, you can take a look at the down right corner on the screen. There is a small QR code in blue color. You can scan this QR code and visit our official website, where you will see more information about the scholarship and the application processes. This is the first type of scholarship. And now the second one, and one of the most welcomed and desired type of scholarship by the international students, called Chinese Government Scholarship Type A. And for you, as the future undergraduate degree students, I think that this scholarship is one of the most preferred type of scholarships. It is called CSC Type A. For this Type A scholarship, we have 3 levels: bachelor's degree in Chinese, which is undergraduate degree, and postgraduate degrees in master's and PhD level, both in Chinese and in English language. So the bilateral programs, CSC Type A, provides both full scholarships and partial scholarships. So full scholarship covers almost all of your expenses here in China, which includes tuition fees, accommodations, stipend, monthly stipend, which is equal to 2,500 renminbi per month, and comprehensive medical insurance. Partial scholarship might cover one or a few of the issues mentioned above. So when and how to apply to this scholarship? Usually the application begins by early January and finishes by early April. For more information, you have to contact the local Chinese embassy in your country about the specific deadlines. But for more information, I recommend you to take a look at this picture. On this picture, we have the 4 steps procedure on how to apply for this type of scholarship. So step number 1. You should contact the local Chinese embassy back in Indonesia, or the organization which is in charge of the Chinese government scholarships in Indonesia. I think you can simply Google this information, and then you will learn whether it's going to be embassy or some specific organization in charge. And then you can learn from this organization or embassy about application deadlines, documents, and procedures. required for application. After having this part of information, you can move to the step number 2. You have to finish your application on both websites. The first is CSC, China Scholarship Council website, and second is our university's UIBE website. After finishing your application on both of these resources, you can follow to the step number 3. You need to contact our university through the UIBE scholarship at 163.com. and then request a pre-admission letter from us. What does it mean, pre-admission letter? Actually, it is very simple. When you're applying for the CSC type A or other types of scholarship, then a university will tell you that in order to proceed with your application, you need to receive a pre-admission letter from us. Pre-admission letter serves as the certification of that we are ready to accept you as our student. But this is just a recommendation to you. It doesn't mean that you have been already accepted. The final decision is going to be done by the China Scholarship Council somewhere in the end of June or beginning of July. So if you will be able to receive a pre-admission notice from our university, all you have to do is to upload this letter on the CSC website and submit your application. Then move to the step number 4. You have to wait for the final results, which usually come out in the middle of summer. So this type of scholarship, we highly recommend to apply for those people who are planning to do bachelor's degree, undergraduate degree here in Chinese language. So 4 steps procedure. For more information about application requirements, about application documents, and step-by-step procedure, you can again scan the QR code, which you can see in the middle of the screen, this blue QR code, which will lead you to the web page on our official website, which introduces Chinese government scholarship type A. Also, we have Chinese government scholarship type B, which is called the high-level postgraduate program. This scholarship is significantly different compared to CSC type A because this scholarship is specifically designed only for those students who would like to do master's or PhD degree majors, both in Chinese or in English languages. So as far as I know, today we have an audience which consists mainly of the high school students, right, who are about to start their preparatory courses and then planning to come to China to do undergraduate majors. So I think that this type of scholarship is not as interesting for you as the previous one, but still you need to understand that after finishing undergraduate degree, you still have an opportunity to apply for this scholarship to become the master's degree, fully funded master's degree student here in China. So first of all, what you have to do in order to apply for this type of scholarship, first, read application guidelines by scanning the following QR code, then move to the step number 2, finish your application on the CSC and UIB websites, deadline before 31st January 2025. Usually every year we have this deadline plus minus. Either it's going to be the end of January or end of February, it depends. So once again, if you would like to apply for master's degree, keep an eye on our website. Then step number 3, the same as for CSC type A, you need to receive a pre-admission letter from UIB, then upload this pre-admission letter on the CSC website. And after that, patiently wait for the final results, which usually released in the end of academic term or on the middle of summer. But as far as I know, as far as most of you right now high school students, this scholarship for you might be not as interesting as the CSC type A. So if you are planning to apply for the scholarship in China, we still highly recommend you to apply for the previously mentioned CSC type A because this scholarship is specifically designed for the bachelor degree programs in Chinese language. Also, we have the Silk Road Scholarship Program of Chinese government, which is designed for the master's degree level. And this program is fully delivered in English language. We don't have the Chinese taught majors for this program, and it includes 3 main majors: international business and cross-border e-commerce, public administration, and WTO law and economics. This is a master's degree program for 2 years. You can apply for this scholarship between late May and June. For more information, you can always refer to our official website or give us a call because every year the application deadlines for this program are different, but usually it happens between May and June. And also we have another very specific type of scholarship provided not by CSC, not by Chinese Scholarship Council, but by another organization called Center for Language and Education Cooperation. This scholarship is called International Chinese Language Teacher Scholarship, or CLES. This program is committed to training local Chinese language teachers, receive teachers, top Chinese language professionals, and other categories of teachers. This scholarship funds 2 kinds of activities: degree program and short-term study in China. So in our university, you are able to apply for 3 types of programs for this scholarship. The first one is non-degree program, simply to come to China for 6 months to enhance your Chinese language communication skills. The second type is to do undergraduate degree UIBE in International Chinese Language Education. And the third one is to become the master's student, again, in the same major, teaching Chinese language as the foreign for foreign students. The application for this type of scholarship usually happens between early January and early May. For more information, you again can visit our official website and take a look how to apply and what kind of documents you have to prepare for this type of scholarship. But the whole process is actually very easy and straightforward. You just have to collect documents, you have to submit them online, again, on both websites, on the website of the Center of Language Education and Cooperation and on the UIBE website. Then just patiently wait for the results. If there are going to be any additional information, university will get in touch with you. Okay, so I believe I have already introduced a lot about university, about programs we have, both preparatory and degree programs. Also, I have covered some information about the scholarships available at our university, but this is just coming from one person's perspective, right? For me as being a teacher of this university. But I would also like to show you some of the other opinions, some of our students who've been studying here for a while, or some our faculty members, foreign colleagues, as well as the Chinese colleagues, they all have recorded a small interview, sharing their views, sharing their experience of studying and working at the University of International Business and Economics. So right now, I would like to spend the 3 minutes of time to share this short interview video with you. Hope you're going to enjoy it.
I have been working at UIBE for almost 3 years, but every day teaches me something new. The first thing that struck me about UIBE was its natural beauty. It's a very naturalistic campus, and it's great for well-being and relaxation. But my favorite spot, without a doubt, is the tennis court. I have yet to win a game of tennis against my colleagues. They are much better than me, but it's not just about the winning or losing. It's about the friendship, the companionship, and building friendships that extend beyond the tennis courts. UIBE fosters not just a high level of performance, academic performance, teaching and research, but warmth and community and family spirit. I teach students from a variety of cultures and backgrounds. I have many Chinese students, of course, but I have students from Africa, Europe, South America, North America, Australasia. And of course, they all bring something different to the table.
The difference with the teachers here in UIBE is that they are engaged with some really high level of Chinese society. Like they can tell you, hey, I work with other people to do this law, or I work with other people to be part of this association. One of my favorite spots at UIB is definitely the library, because it's a whole change of environment from the other buildings that we studied in. For me, the most impressionable thing that teachers left in me is that I can keep evolving as a person, as a professional. It's not only about the courses, it's not only about the knowledge, it's also about the experience. In UIB, that's the most of the life that you have in here. You are always learning, and because you are always learning, you can always excel yourself.
Teaching is like laying the steps for students. No matter how high Mount Everest, if you have the right step, everybody can get there in due time. Finding the right step for every student is very important. Figure out what is your interest, what you're good at. To me, college is a place to explore the combination of your talent and your interest. The most reward I get is the light bulb come on. Oh, I get it. That worth everything.
You know, while I came to China, I was attracted about language. It's very philosophical language. So I think that language can contribute to some new philosophical ideas, because for me, idea is a driving tool. Idea is the future. I definitely want to work in China because I think that China is the future.
我主要教授的课程是经济学研究方法 与论文写作，给研究生开设。我在校园里边最喜欢的地方是操场。我念书的时候呢，经常去踢足球。我当时是在国际学院留学生队的足球队的队长，我是博士生导师，至今呢也培养了不少这个研究生，他们呢很亲切，我们师生关系特别好。
All right, so I believe that after watching this video, you can realize that UIB's incredibly talented faculty will definitely be your guides and allies in your exploration for knowledge here at UIB. They're actually your greatest resource. The scholars here are leaders in their fields and they're applying their expertise through scholarship, research, and real-world practice to address the most pressing challenges of the day. While studying here, you will have a chance to get to know them. Talk to them after lessons, seek them out at campus events and during office hours. And trust me, they are there waiting for you to come to talk. You'll have a chance to ask them about their research and tell them about your own ideas. They will challenge you, they will guide you, and open doors for the new possibilities. So in the end of today's presentation, let me briefly tell you about our campus life practicum and notable alumni. First of all, we prepare students for work that is in demand in leading multinational organizations. And my message to you is that our university, you will have a chance to build all of those skills which employers really value, along with your academic excellence. We have internship bases in over 30 famous enterprises in China and outside of China. We are arranging a lot of visits and extracurricular activities in these enterprises. We have annual international students job fairs specifically designed for international students. We have International Career Advisory Center, International Volunteer Center, and International Alumni Association. UIB has also developed a reached and powerful extracurricular activities and promoted the comprehensive abilities of international students. We are providing students with opportunities to participate in 100 Students Association, International Cultural Festival, and recreational and volunteer activities. So as you can see, our main priority is to create a safe, welcoming, and well-supervised environment for students of all different backgrounds and cultures. Our university strives to provide international students with an entire and satisfying on-campus life with a full range of events, conferences, sports competitions, and facilities available to suit all kinds of interests. And also, I would like to introduce you with some of our most famous alumni. The mission of UIB is to foster leaders and graduates who challenge the present, enrich the future, and contribute to a better world. Our alumni's remarkable identities and accomplishments are what make them proud UIBers. And here we would like to share the accomplishment of some of our alumni who have achieved success because they thrived with their educational opportunities, relentlessly creating paths that were not limited by their backgrounds. Among them, a few of the most famous are Dr. Zdzisław Garalczyk, the ex-ambassador of Poland in China, and the current advisor of Premier of Poland and chairman of the Polish-Chinese Friendship Association. Professor Thomas J. Christensen, ex-Assistant Secretary of State of America. Mr. Peter Wilson, the ex-Counselor for Government Affairs of UK Embassy in China, and now is UK Deputy Representative to the United Nations. Mr. Huang, the current Counselor for Business Affairs of Vietnam Embassy in China. Also, Mr. Pessoa Diniz Richardson, Brazilian Parliament Secretary for International Relations, and Mr. Puntil Jonjit Rakong, Deputy Minister of Commerce of the Kingdom of Thailand. And in the end of today's presentation, I want you to know that the entire university community here is to support, sustain, and encourage you if you choose to study at UIB. We couldn't be more privileged to welcome you into this vibrant learning community. It is you who make us what we are, and we are looking forward for the fresh ideas and energy that you will bring to our campus. I speak for the entire faculty, staff, and the students community of UIB in saying that we will be happy to see you as our student. I'm sure that you at UIB, you will have a great experience, great time, and even more importantly, you will be really well prepared for the future. So on this screen, you can find our major social media websites and platforms such as UIB on the Facebook, on Instagram, on X, and on the WeChat. If you already have the WeChat installed, you can scan the following QR code on the right-hand side of the screen to follow our most recent updates about our international students programs, events, and scholarships. Also, if you have more specific question to ask, you can always reach us out through our official email addresses for programming Chinese, programming English, and language non-degree programs. So once again, thank you so much for your attention, and we are waiting to see you as our students at UIBE.